Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? What a beautiful day here in the Great Lakes Bay region. We're hoping for another beautiful day a couple Saturdays from now, and I'm going to get to that here in a minute, but let me introduce myself. My name is Jody Kay. I'm with 94.5 The Moose. I do the morning show with Jim Biggins. I want to thank our sister stations, WSGW AM and FM, also a 106.3 The Core, and KISS 107 for having me on their Facebook page, because all of our stations with Alpha Media and Saginaw are all involved in a wonderful, wonderful thing that is happening at the MBS Airport, International Airport on the 18th. I think it's the 18th, right? We're going to get all the information here. So let me introduce you to Chris Saberin. He is with the Children's Grief Center with the Great Lakes Bay region. And we're going to be running for your cause.
Yes, we
Running, walking. Do we have to run? We can walk, right? We can
You
walk.
can walk it 100%. And you can do both. You could run a little bit, get tired, walk a little bit, back and forth. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Can we crawl if we have to? It's fine.
You better get moving through the
So tell us what it is and what we're doing. It's the fourth. Well, let me tell you first. Fourth annual Grit Your Grief. Wow, it's the fourth one. Wow.
Fourth one. Yeah. Second one at the airport, but the fourth one.
Okay. All right. Okay. I was wondering about that. It's happening Saturday, May 18th.
That's right.
And it's a 5K.
That's correct.
And you can run, you can walk, you can roll if you have one of those bikes. Is it the bikes with the
hand cycles? So we
hand cycles, not bicycles. No
bicycles. No. We may grow into that in the future, but hand cycles or wheelchairs. We wanted to include that piece of the event this year.
Yeah. So what exactly is happening that day?
So this is one of our major fundraisers for the Children's Grief Center. Like you said, it's the fourth annual. And what we do is we raise money to provide peer support groups for children ages 4 to 18 that are grieving a death. We also use this money to go into schools and provide daytime peer support groups as well. Being a previous educator in my first career, I know the gaps that schools have. And so we try and bring in grief support to those kids that might need it so they can be as successful as possible.
Unfortunately, it's something that we do need. And it's wonderful what you guys do over there. We are excited about this. Now, is it just the run or can anybody just show up?
Yeah, so anybody can just show up. So we have, of course, the run and so on. The run to run, we're still taking registrations. We'd love to get as many people as possible. $45 for that. But there's also a color run for families. That doesn't happen in the secure space on the runway. That's in a grassy area outside because of all the color and so on. That's only $20 a person, but for a family of 4, we're giving a deal of $60 for the entire family. There's going to be a kids zone. We also have partner agencies there as well that are going to have a craft and be able to do some tabling to share their stories with any of the people who come. If you just want to come and check out the kids zone and watch and get into the secure space and watch the race, that's a $10 spectator pass. So you come and just hang out and watch and see it. It's a great thing. There's also a DJ. We have food trucks there and we have bounce houses. So we've tried to create a small festival environment. And we're crossing our fingers that Michigan treats us well with the weather on May 18th.
It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful morning. What time does it kick off?
So the hand chairs and hand cycles and wheelchair.
We know what you mean. And there's information crawling at the bottom too.
I'm so thankful for that information crawling. 9:55 is when that first one goes off, and then the runners will go off at 10. And then the walking component about 10:05. So we'll send them off in stages. And then I will have a brief introduction and some comments at 9:45. But we were going to open up registration and packet pickup at 8 a.m. So you can come check it out and comfortably get ready to go.
Right. This is going to be my first one. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be broadcasting live.
Yeah, fabulous.
I know, I'm excited. It's all blocked off, and we are so happy to be part of this. Alpha Media, all of our stations are doing something for this, but I get to be there.
Yeah, that's great.
and we need to bring James Canders on. He is the airport director at MBS, and James, I want to be very careful because I know Art Lewis, my arch nemesis, by the way, he had some issues last year where he tried to get on a runway. Do not let that happen to me. If you see the moose truck, just go, no, this way.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here, Jody. And full disclosure, I was at a breakfast with Art this morning, a community breakfast, and he came up and says, I'm coming through the same gate to the same location, right? So no take backsies. I'm sorry.
Right. So we'll both be there. So that'll be good. Number
Yes.
one and number two. That's what we call each other. One and two. Of course, he's number one. But I will not be following him in. I'm glad that he brought that up because we heard about it later at another time. So how cool is this, James, that you guys get to do something and be involved in this community event? And you guys are prepared, right?
We are prepared. This year's going to be just a little bit different. We have some construction going on the runway that is part of the run. So there'll be some fresh pavement on there, but it's going to be a little messier than last year. There's going to be some piles of dirt out there. So I have to tell all participants and spectators, please forgive our mess.
Yeah. But you have to have mess in order to progress, right? Yes. You have to. It is a beautiful facility. I do not fly out of anywhere but MBS because of the convenience, first of all. And, you're already home because I literally live like 3 miles from there. The progression that's been happening over the years with MBS and now you're just getting a little bit more. But how cool is it that you're going to be ready? You will be ready in time for the Grit Your Grief, right?
We will. The runway project will not be 100% finished, but I've been focusing on that end of the runway that the cyclists and the runners will be on to ensure that it's as minimal as a disruption as I can make.
No, absolutely. It's going to be a great day. Do you have any inside information on weather for the 18th? I mean,
no, we're still kind of looking at it. It looks like it's going to be okay. But I know the staff and I were all excited to have Chris and his organization here again. And we are truly hoping this becomes an annual event.
Right. I mean, you probably learned from last year some other, some improvements, because always the first year you're always working out the bugs, but the second year you've got it down, you're like, okay, let's do this and this. But it went great last year. It went great from what I heard. So this one's just going to be even better. And we're excited to be there. Chris, what if someone needs assistance with the Children's Grief Center? Because tell me a little bit about that. We know that it helps, but exactly where would they go if they needed something?
Sure, absolutely. Well, if they get a hold of our phone number on our website, or I'll just give it real quick, 989-495-9335, they can give us a call. And what'll happen is, of course, we'll pick up the phone and then we'll connect them with our program director, Gabby Gauthier, who's a licensed professional counselor. And she will do an intake. She'll find out what their needs are because, when it comes to grief, everybody grieves differently and families have different needs. And some families come to us when a death, closer to when a death happens, and some come maybe a year or a year and a half later. And so we like to find out exactly what their needs are. And if they're not ready to join one of our peer support groups, it's really important that people know we have resources that we are glad to hand out. So we have picture books for all age kids. We also have adult books too, written by, grief specialists to help maybe the adults work through their grief, but then also books on how to talk to kids. And we have lots of pamphlets and so on. So, we provide lots of different types of resources, both in person, and print materials and so on that we can help with.
That's so needed. It's so needed because it's hard as an adult to talk to children because maybe you don't know what they went through. And so that helps. tremendously. We appreciate what you do so much. It's such a great thing. How long have you been over at the Children's Grief Center?
I will have finished my second year this coming August. So I still like to say I'm relatively new, but they ripped my rookie card away after my first year anniversary.
So. I feel like I talked to you guys last year at the same time. Yeah,
that's right. It was around the same time. Yeah, that's correct. So
James, how long have you been over at the MBS?
Coming up on 6 years now. Wow.
Okay, you guys rookies. Just kidding. I'm joking. 23 years. I am so excited to be part of this, and all of our stations are well represented out there, and we thank you guys so much for letting us come out and making sure that the moose truck doesn't get on the tarmac. I don't know. I like to be in the news, but not like that. We call it Art Lewis, so I don't want to pull it Art Lewis.
Jody K, can I jump in real quick and just thank the Alpha Media family of radio stations for being our title sponsor this year. We appreciate all of the support that we've gotten, from all 4 radio stations and from management as well. It's been an amazing partnership. So
it has, and we are very proud to do it. And we were when I personally found out that we were the title sponsor, I was like, wow, we made it. All right. We're actually important now. That's just my personal opinion. But tell us again when it is, and if people can still register, and how much it is and everything.
Yep. So people can still register. The easiest way is on our website, childrensgriefglbr.org. There's a button right at the very top in our branding for the race. It is $45 for the 5K. And there's other pricing structures for the other components that are on the website, but all the registration is really easy through there. It is on Saturday, May 18th, so 1 week from this coming Saturday. And if you've already registered for the race, packet pickup will start at 8 a.m., but also starting at 8 a.m. If you didn't register and you decide on that day you want to come and run or walk, we're taking registrations starting at 8 a.m. as well. It's really important to know, though, that when you come, you don't come to the current terminal. If you've been around as long as I have, you go to where the previous terminal used to be. So please watch for our signs, our flags, and so on to make sure you're in the right spot.
Right. That was my next question, because I was going to ask James, is that where everybody's parking over at the old? I had went through there the other day. I went on Garfield, and I was looking at it going, where are they going to put that? And I understand that is so spacious. Well, it's an airport. Yeah. But the old terminal and the new terminal, don't park where the new terminal is. You want to go, and there will be signs everywhere, right? There will be signs and people directing, and yeah.
Yeah, it's a half mile south of where the new terminal drive is, and they'll just go in there, and Chris and his folks, there'll be tents and other things set up, and it'll be pretty obvious where everybody's parking.
Good. Maybe for those because our audience is so big, and we have all of our stations on all their Facebook pages, tell everyone where MBS is.
Well, MBS, the official address is 8500 Garfield Road. You're coming on US 10. It's just going to be exit 132, and you go about 4.5 to 5 miles south on Garfield Road.
Yeah. Get off in Auburn. Well, the second Auburn, or the first, depends on which way you're coming from. Yeah. Garfield Road.
And then there's one lane traffic on 10. So
I know.
Deal with that a little bit, but once you get on Garfield, you should be okay.
Oh yeah, and it's fine. And there's back ways in there. If you're coming in from Saginaw, you're going to want to go up the other way, and just type it in your GPS. So these days and times, everyone has GPS, right?
Yeah.
8500 Garfield Road. That's where you're.
Yes, we got it. So not this Saturday, but the Saturday after, it is Grit Your Grief. It's for the Children's Grief Center. You can come out even if you're not walking or running, and you can check out the family. There's a color. With the color run, that's $20 to get in. Wear white. That would be cool. Do you have T-shirts out there?
We have T-shirts that is part of the registration that you'll be getting, and they are white, and we've got white logos on them, so you can't see them at first, but as you run around, people are squirting the color powder, then all of that becomes apparent after you're done running.
Did you do that last year?
We did. Yeah,
Oh my
we did.
gosh.
But we kept it just to kids. And so we
Okay.
had lots of feedback last year that the adults wanted to participate also. So we expanded it. We called it a family color run so those
Fun.
adults can get in there too.
Fun. And so anybody who wants to come out and support, it's $10 for a spectator.
That's
And
right.
they can come out, and there's food trucks, and there's something for everyone there. Go support this wonderful cause in your local airport. So we're so excited. We're so excited. I'm gonna be there.
Yay.
So look for, I'll be looking for you. I'll look for the guys running around, the busiest people will be James and Chris. So if you get a chance to come on by the moose table, maybe we can hook you up with a moose shirt. Thank you so much, everyone. If you need more information, you can go to their website. And what was the website again?
childrensgriefglbr.org.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much, you guys. I'm going to pray for good weather for the 18th. I think it's going to be wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much for having me on, and thank you for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.